You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. Woo, a little warm day here. It's not so hot based upon the ambient temperature, but the sun's out pretty strong, and there's very little wind. Now, if you go to WeatherBug, it says it's 85% cloud cover. But you go over to like AccuWeather, I think it was, or Weather Channel, it says 15%. It's not going to be for a few more hours before the cloud cover. But if you go to WeatherBug, the next few hours are 80% cloud cover or something like that. Well, that's weird. I was going to go wash my car, and I forgot. But God had me turn right. So you're going somewhere for me. Go this way. And then about 5 seconds into it, I remembered. So yeah, it's gonna be some nice rain tomorrow, supposedly, and that should clear the air out. So again, we're taking it slow, but people need to be woken up to their criminal activities so that they're at least not so judgmental of people that aren't committing crimes. And Trump will say that's how it's done. There's no other way to be president. You have to beat people up. That's really where he's at, man. He's a wacko. So are his people, including the cops that work for him corruptly, whether they do it voluntarily or by some sort of witchcraft or some sort of spycraft or some sort of physical thing, such as my former marshal who used to drive for politicians when he was a state trooper. Yeah, real honorable people. I drove for the cocaine cowboys before that, until I got that position. I said nothing about anybody, not because I was protecting anyone, because there was no reason to, until I realized what you all were. So the pollen's out there. It's nicer this morning. It was kind of a lot cooler, a little more overcast. Really gorgeous this morning. So again, I can't wait till next week. It's going to be beautiful. Theoretically. Unless the weather changes. If Putin fires up the weather satellite and changes the weather. Could be anybody, really. Actually, I couldn't see Saudi doing that or United Arab Emirates unless it only affected, our country or a general area. But, all right. There's a lot of crime happening, but there's a lot of like things like the horror house escapes going on. So I'm just down metaphysically, so I can't connect to a lot of that like I used to. I was hoping to get to an apartment that may boost me up a little to get a better metaphysical connection. I send messages to people. I speak to people that are theoretically in bad situations. Again, I take it with a grain of salt. That's why I yell at you, because I know what people are going through. You're all just effing around. It's difficult to. I mean, these are people that may never see the light of day. Right. Again, what time and space is it? Where is it? But obviously, if we heal it, it'll matter a lot less. That because some of that will not happen. Again, based upon what we see as a small increase of this ability to escape the horror house scenarios, whether it's a child or a kidnap victim, an adult kidnap victim, and I guess some children that are kidnap victims. I don't know if we've seen one of those in a while. I don't know if we've seen them. We may want to focus in that direction because they're not kidnap victims. They're actually stepchildren or children. So one of the things that we haven't seen, we've seen a few women escape. We haven't seen children escape kidnap scenarios. Or did we? I think we saw one. I can't remember. I have to look back through everything. But if we see, that's the way to read it. If we see that a certain group is not escaping and we know they're being kidnapped and they're most likely in a horror house scenario, then you focus on that. And you might see, one escape, and then you're actually healing it away also. So one that would actually be put into that scenario is not going to be put into it. Once you start healing things, then you won't see as much, or you won't see everything that you're doing because you're healing it away. Again, the difference between arresting somebody doing that and actually healing it so it doesn't happen. Again, you obviously want to heal it so it doesn't happen, but some people are twisted. And they rather be the hero, and they need crime, or they, crime fix. I need a crime fix so I can arrest it. So they actually will have crime, and they've gotten to the point of psychologically operating crime. Into an existence, and then arresting the person or just torturing them in their criminal mode, trying to make the crime bigger and bigger. That's another question as to whether they were attempting to get, what's that guy's name? The Go-Go Beach guy. I don't remember his name. There's another question is whether they were trying to get him to offend again. Again, spycraft operators that cause these things, they're a whole different set of people. 100%. They're not interested in law enforcement. They're interested in the game around it, or creating a game around it. Similar to the mafia and their sanitation businesses and other businesses. 100%. Roofing businesses. They're not really interested in roofing. They're interested in ripping off. 100%. So this would be a good time to heal things. When the pollen increases, a lot of psychological disorder could increase. Due to lack of sleep or just general nervousness, anxiety. Thank you, Orange. And again, as officers, maybe, I don't know what you can do. And maybe there's something you can do physically to kind of take that edge off. 100%. When you interact with somebody. And that'd be another thing. When we see the fleeing and eluding, the question would be, how much does that occur during high pollen moments or seasons or whatever it is? Some places don't even have seasons. They just pollen all year round. Oklahoma, Texas. Well, to see if it's an irritability from something, right? Well, again, that's why healthcare is very important. The lack of somebody's healthcare could get you shot. The difference between them being relaxed from with a healthy disposition and a healthy life. And sometimes you don't care because you think it's funny because you're going to kill them. But then they get the jump on somebody and they get killed. Actually, I got to go somewhere first before I go somewhere. My nasal steroid. When you're the nasal steroids, you can still get nasal steroid stuff out of them at a certain point. But not only is it harder to pump, and it may not pump as much, it actually degrades in potency. I don't know how it does that. Once you open it and it sits out, it degrades in potency. Because you'll go get a new bottle and it'll be like, ding! It could be just that it's, not pumping enough. It could be that. Oh, here's this mic. Oh, wow, this is great. Now we got static. Everything's going crazy in here. I'm on a bumpy road. As you don't drive on this road. A little warm today. Because that sun heats up everything. I was trying to figure out how it's going to have 85% cloud cover and still be as hot as it was going to be with 25% cloud cover or 15% because it's not real. As soon as the cloud cover increases, it's going to get cooler, but that's not till like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. 10%. What do we have over here? Whew. Just listening. The discussion came up earlier. If I wasn't an open channel, then I couldn't see what I see. In other words, if I close my channels so that nobody can invade my space, my spiritual space, then I couldn't see what I was seeing. So this is what I'm reading. There's nasty, nasty voices out there, nasty, nasty inferences and wills. And for me, it's really low, really low. I can barely see it. So the question is there somebody out there where it's actually controlling their whole day? So again, if we're self-centered, we can't see how to fix this. I have no idea where it's clicking. Is it my headphones or is it something else? I guess I could plug into the other thing and see if it's working there. Regular. Again, probably just heal it and it would work. I'm trying to figure out what's clicking here. Getting little shots of static. It's funny what I can hear. They're trying to will me do a couple things. I'm hoping to move to a better environment, but we'll see. There's a few apartments available out there, but yeah, it gets a little expensive. I get like $40 back or so from points on my rooms. So again, that drops that rent down even further. Right. I think that might be their game to make it economically non feasible to move. Awesome. They could just blow in with their criminal operator, stay there and try to operate me a few days, pay a few people to do a few things. Right. A lot easier to kill somebody at a hotel. All right. Yeah, after a while, the nasal steroid kind of just it minimizes, doesn't work well. I've had it where it looked like it was a full thing and not work. Once you open it, it's kind of limited, like 3 weeks or something. Because I don't use it as much as I probably could. Well, I didn't know this was a drive-through pharmacy. That's interesting. At Walmart. They still might want to use aviation flyovers for that fugitive. He's in a vehicle. He messed up. He made a critical error. He may have been able to get out of there if he just went for it. Right. If he stole that vehicle and just went for it, he may have been able to get out of there. I don't know exactly, how it would have played out. But once, they knew it was stolen, then it was over with. All right. So now he's clean cut. That's like busy here. The weekend people. Go back to work. Get out of our world. Cops feel the same way, right? What's that? Everything's so much busier. Right. They did a good job. They revamped this Walmart with all self checkouts, so that works great. Right. Something I've been thinking about for about for about 15 years now. Praise God and all that you do. Stay peaceful. Praise God.